Well, howdy everyone, and welcome back to another weekend episode of Cooking with Mary Sue. Before we begin, I want to remind everybody to please hit that like and subscribe down at the bottom and share buttons. There'll be links to my other channels on there, to my eBay store, and a link to my book website for my Turner's book here. See, I published this, I had published last year. It's available on Amazon, eBay, Barnes & Noble, and iTunes. And it has a book website now called AnimalsLiftOurSpirits.com. If you go to that website, you can read about the book, you can read about me, and there'll be a little link on there that takes you right to Amazon. How handy is that? And I got some more news for you this week. Right here. Right there. You see that for a minute? I'm having my first book reading, book reading to some kids tomorrow, April 4th, a Monday, at the Colleyville, Tennessee Library. Now, I know most of you probably don't live around here, but those that do, if you want to come hear me read my book to the kids, it'll be my first time, so excuse any mistakes I might make. I've never done this before, but I'm willing to learn and try it. I'm going to read it to the kids tomorrow at 5:30 at the Colleyville Library. Now, let's get back to the cookie show here. Today, I'm doing something totally different, and this recipe is going to be mainly just for me because I love crab meat. Yes, I was at the store the other day, and I was looking for some tuna, and I saw this at the store, crab meat in a can. And it's real crab meat, it's not the artificial. So I thought, whoa, I love crab meat, I'll have to do something with this. So I bought a couple of cans. Now, that's not to say, I must point out, I don't want to sit down to a piece of a crab leg on a plate in front of me or to lobster. But I do like crab meat and lobster meat, but I just don't like to see the real thing in front of me, that's all. May sound weird, but that's how I am. I do like crab meat. And I happen to have a few of these on hand. The Crescent dough sheet. This is the whole sheet here. It's not the little crescent rolls, but you can do this recipe with crescent rolls if you want to. Just spread them out and kind of push the little seams together, put a little dab of water and make them stick together and be just as good as this. But when I can find these, I like to use these better, the whole crescent roll sheet. I'm going to make some little pastry puffs using the crab meat and some cream cheese. So let's begin. I'm going to point out again, I'm making these just for myself because my husband does not like crab meat at all. He's not very much of a fish person. About the only fish he'll eat is maybe from Captain D's. That's about it. I'll go to a Chinese restaurant once in a while with some family members or a friend because he's not a big fan of Chinese too much either. When I go, I always love to get crab rangoon. It's one of my favorite items on the menu. I can eat just a plate of crab rangoon and I'm happy. So that's what I'm going to try to copy here, make my own homemade crab rangoon. But I'm not going to use the one-time papers this time. Like I said, I'm going to use these little pastry crescent dough sheets here. I'm going to make them a couple of different sizes. And I'm going to make a few in the oven and a few in my little handy air fryer. See which ones I like best. I like to test my recipes both ways and see which way comes out the best. And we'll get started here. I'm just going to use one little, this is a 4-ounce can right here. I'm going to put equal amount of crab meat and the cream cheese. I know in some recipes, some restaurants I go to, they'll put more cream cheese than crab meat. I guess to save money probably. But I want to make it equal parts, half and half, so I have a nice, real good taste of the crab meat in it. And if you have to, if you want to, you can use imitation crab meat. It won't hurt. Either one will taste good. This crab meat is already chopped up very fine. I don't have to do anything to it. You see how nice and small it is? It's just perfect. Okay. Alrighty, right there. Okay. That's 4 ounces, so I'm going to add about 4 ounces of the cream cheese. I have a little 8-ounce tub here. It's already, you should let it sit out and get room temperature, which is what I did for about the last half hour. I'm going to use about half of it. If you want, you can use the square block type, which is okay. Just if you want to make a big portion of this, you can use 2 or 3 cans of this. Just use the same amount of cream cheese that you do crab meat. There, that's about half of that done. That'll be perfect. Okay, get off in there. There. That's fine. Now I'm going to spice it up a little bit here. You can use about any type of spices you like to, but you always use some green onions in it. Chives, which I don't have any in the raw chives here, the fresh ones, but I do have a can right here. I try to keep most of my spices in cans that I can, because I don't get it stored very often. I live too far to go to the store every day for fresh stuff, so I do keep a lot of spices in my cabinet. So I'm going to use about a tablespoon, maybe more of this. Yeah. There's a tablespoon there. If I was making a bigger bowl, I would put more in there. I'm going to put just a little bit of salt and pepper. I don't think it's going to need much salt, but a little dab of pepper. I'm going to put, my taste is, I'm going to put a little bit of onion here. A little onion powder. And a little bit of garlic powder. I love garlic. My husband hates it, so I never get to use garlic much around here unless it's something just for me, because he does not like garlic. But just a little sprinkle of that. And just a little dab of Worcestershire sauce, not much. Going to add maybe a little, I'll start out with just a little teaspoon. Yeah, I may put a little more in a few minutes after I taste it. You might want to taste this as you go along to see what it's missing, see what else you want to add to it. Just going to keep stirring this all together, just blended nice, and it's nice and creamy. When you're using these, where my stuff go? Oh, the Crescent dough. When you're using this Crescent dough sheet, you don't want to put it out, take it out of the fridge too soon. Take it out right before you use it, because if it gets room temperature, it's kind of hard to spread and hard to cut. Okay. Let me see how it smells. Oh, I like the smell of it. I do think I'll put just a little more onions in it, though. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit more. That's it. That's probably about another half a teaspoon. Those chives is really what gives it a lot of flavor. Oh, it's just creamy enough. This is going to be perfect. See how creamy it is? Just right. Just like I want it. Take a little dab. Okay, I like the taste of it. It's just like I want it. Okay. Now for the dough sheet. Let's see how we're going to handle that. Okay, where's my little opening? Here it is, right there. I only had this out about 5 minutes, so I hope that's enough. There it goes. Give it a good little pop. Come on, drop out. There it goes. I'll put this back a little bit. Well, you're not cooking yet. Hold on. You can see it a little better. Okay, that's a good size. Put on my board even. Stretch it out like a little square. My square is not quite a square here, but that's okay. See it there? I'll spread out. That means I'm going to cut into a square, so I might make a little ball. We'll see. I like to cut this with a pizza cutter. This cuts it very nice. Going down the center. Okay. That down this way. There. I have enough for 8 big ones there. Alright, let's see what we're going to do here first. Where's my spoon? Okay, I'm going to start out here with a half a tablespoon. That's a little bit more than a teaspoon, but I'll think that would be enough in the middle there. I'm going to divide this up among the eight pieces here. I'll show you what I'm doing if you can't see it too good, but oh, this is going to be fine, I think, just for 8. I'm kind of keeping this little half teaspoon a little bit. I'm going to equal it out divide between these 8 slices of dough. That will worked out just fine, that one can. Gonna make me 8. That's perfect just for me. I can eat those for one meal myself. I thought about taking my sister some tomorrow, but I don't think I'm going to have any left for her. She'll just have to make her own. Yeah. See there? All divided out. I'll cook a few in here and some in the oven over there. Now if you can see how I'm going, let me see how I can turn, let me move the bowl out of the way. The bowl's in my way. Okay. Goodbye, bowl. Now you can see how I'm going to roll these up. And since I've never done this before, it's going to be interesting to see how I'm going to do it. I'm trying to keep it in the camera here. That's a little better, okay, okay. Each one is different little, it's not quite a square, not evenly. Some are a little odd shaped more than others. Turn it around this way. Try to get you to see this one I'm doing right here. Where is it? Huh. Didn't know I was going to have this much problem with this camera position like this. The air fryer almost in my way. Okay. Let's see. Let me make sure the dough, the filling is right in the center there. I do have one egg white or egg mixed up right there. Because I'm using pastry dough, I'm going to brush a little bit of egg white on top of each one once it's rolled up. That would just help it brown a little bit while it's cooking. Okay, the first one over here. I just fold it up like you would be making anything with a little crescent triangle shape. Just kind of fold it like a triangle. Fold it over, and I'm going to, here's my pan here. Here's my pan I like to use inside my air fryer. I'm going to brush a little egg white over this and then stick it in there, lay it in there for a minute. Do one more. There. Got that laying in there, ready to cook in a few minutes. Okay, here's where's my other side here? Can you see? Okay. I'm trying to see which one you're looking at. Looking at this one here. Now this one here, I'm going to do it a little different. I fold each corner over like this. I'm going to try to kind of roll it more like a little ball. See? I want it to cook up like a little ball there. When you bite into it, you get a good taste of that cream cheese and crab meat. I've still got to put the egg white on it. Let me see. I can put one more at least in there. Yep, let's do one more. Which one are you looking at? You're looking at this one, okay. This one here. I'm trying to see which one I've got in the camera. This one, okay. We will fold one more over like this. Over to there. Fold all 4 flaps over. There. As you can see, all four flaps are fold over to the middle. You can squeeze it together if you want to, so nothing comes out. Kind of squeeze it together. Put some egg white on top of it. There. Now I have these 3 to go in the air fryer. I'll do those on about 350 for at least 5 minutes, and I'll check them. I don't want to do too much time at once because I may burn them. I can always add a few more minutes, but you can't take it away once it's burnt. But first, I want to get these ready for the, get these other ones ready to go in the oven. Okay, let me back the camera up some. That's much better. I had to back up the camera 6 inches. It took me a few minutes to figure that out, but I did. Now you can get a better idea of what I'm doing here. Okay. Just folding it over like a little blanket, putting it to bed. There. Okay, there's one there ready. Got another one here. Just going to fold all 4 corners over. Kind of squish the corners together. Do this one here. Oh, that one's not in the middle. I do want my filling to be in the center, if possible. There. That one has scooted over too much. There's another one here. So you can kind of stretch the dough a little bit if you need it. Kind of stretch it, make it go over, cover it. There, it's all covered up. My last one here. Oh, that's got a good little bit in there. Almost too much, but it won't be. I'm going to stretch the dough out so it covers it all. Squish all the little holes up. Make sure nothing's showing through. Okay. There. Now I got 5 of those. I'm putting those on a cookie sheet. Well, actually, a big copper shelf pizza pan. And the ones in the oven will take a little bit longer to cook. The air fryer will be done a lot faster, but we'll see which ones we like the best. Give them a little room to spread out. I don't know how big they'll swell, but now I can put the egg white on top. Okay. I put it down real generous. I'm not being stingy with it. All right. Now we'll put these cookies and we'll see which we like best. And I'll clean up my mess and we'll be right back in a jiffy. Jiffy. Well, can I do that or not? No, my hands are too greasy. Let me show you the ones I just took out of the air fryer. I cooked them 5 minutes on one side. Then I turned them over and cooked them about 3, almost 4 minutes on the other side. I kind of forgot almost that you have to turn things over in the air fryer, but they do cook fast. And they came out nice golden brown. Remember, they got that brown too. The egg white helped that. This side is a little bit brown, even a little brown. It's okay. I like it like that. It's nice and won't be too crunchy. But look how they turned out. They turned out gorgeous. This one here, where I flipped it, this one started to come open a little bit because evidently I just didn't pull my dough over it good enough when I was wrapping it up. But that's okay. It'll still taste good. Here's the other side of it. Still looks great. Okay. The oven should be done pretty soon. I said these cooked about 8 to 9 minutes in here on 350. The other ones cook about 13 minutes at least, 13 to 15. Remember, your main ingredients for this recipe is crab meat, cream cheese, chives. You must have chives in this. And I use dough sheet here, Crescent dough sheet. And you add your spices, any spices that you like yourself. I added garlic powder, onion powder, a little Worcestershire sauce, just a little dab, and some salt and pepper. You might want to make these spicy by adding maybe a little cayenne pepper to them, or some Tabasco, a little hot sauce, a few drops in there if you want them spicy. That's alright. Not me though, I don't like spicy stuff. Let me check the other ones now. Well, I'm all done. The ones on here, these 3 are the ones from the air fryer. The 5 over here are from the oven. They look about the same, can't tell the difference hardly. But they're so big, look how big they puffed up. I was imagining these were going to be about like the ones you buy at the restaurant, crab Rangoon in wonton wrappers, but these puffed up a lot bigger. And they're going to be so nice and soft when you bite into it. You need to let it cool down just a little bit because the filler's going to be very hot from the oven. Let them get close to room temperature before I eat it. Since these came out looking so big and pretty, I just might have to share a few with my sister tomorrow, maybe. I'll try to restrain myself and savor at least 2 or 3. Yep, that's it. Here you have it. An oven one and an air fryer. Very little difference in them. They both cooked up very well. They both smell great and they're both going to taste great. So here's my version of, what did I call this? Crab Rangoon, cream cheese, crescent sheet, or puff pastry? Crescent sheet, whatever. You'll see my title down below, anyway, what I call them. That's a wrap for another weekend. I'll see y'all next weekend. I'll try to think of something else that's different and interesting. Another little reminder, my book reading tomorrow at the CAYAN, Tennessee Library. If you're in range to come see me, please come visit. And buy a book, maybe. I'll see y'all next week. Bye for now. God bless everyone. Happy Easter's coming up soon. Or Happy Resurrection Day. I prefer that. Yeah. 2 more weeks to be Happy Resurrection Day. Bye for now. God bless.